Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm back. Tonight, I'm working on one of the interview questions I got asked from Snap Kitchen. This was for a front end developer role. They wanted me to write some JavaScript, and they asked me a really fun interview question about simulating a powerlifting meet. So I already had like half of the solution typed up on my laptop from the interview. And so I'm just taking that, refining it, making it something really nice, and then putting it up on GitHub for everybody to see, and obviously live streaming it to show you guys what I'm doing. If you're not familiar with Snap Kitchen, it's an Austin-based company, started in Austin. And what they do is they prepare like healthy meals, and you can buy individual meals at some of their stores, or you can sign up for meal plans and pick these up or get them delivered. They have a lot of really cool options. If you're into bodybuilding or fitness or anything like that, this is something that just kind of like handles meal prep for you. Super high in protein, really healthy. Working here would be pretty cool because they give you around $400 a month to spend on Snap Kitchen meals. So like they're kind of paying for your food in a sense when you work for them, which is an awesome benefit. Anyway, so let me show you what I have. Here's the GitHub repository. This is the dev branch. I've been primarily working there. I'll move it over to master once it's all ready. And let me show you what I have so far. I had already massaged this quite a bit after the interview, so this is not how I wrote it during the interview. The interview was super quick and dirty, but I thought about it a little more here. So I have index.js, which is my main entry point. And I run the main method. And here's main. So the first thing I do is I did use Commander, the Commander package, to parse a CLI to determine the number of lifters that's going to be in this contest, in this competition. So if you go look at my CLI.js file, here it is. It has one option, n number, the number of lifters. So once that gets pulled in, I generate a bunch of lifters. So I import a file called lifters, run the generate method using that number, save that into a constant called lifters. Let me show you what that file looks like. So here is generate lifters, the method that we call. If you don't give a number, it defaults to 5. And it's async because, in my improvement of this program, I decided to use this thing called uinames.com to like generate fake names and you can generate a bunch of fake stuff. Let me show you that website. It's pretty awesome. And it has an API that's completely open, completely unauthenticated. It's really cool. So here's the website. You press Spacebar, you get a person. This name is picked based on region. So I have the United States region selected, and you could set this to anything. And they randomly generate a male or a female. So if you hit space, I got a guy this time, male. And like fake password, fake email, fake birthday, phone number. It's pretty slick. So I'm using this to generate all of my lifters. Let me link you this because this is an awesome resource when you just want a bunch of fake data. So I generate people first, just random users, and then I map through those people. I need to rename that. This shouldn't be called lifter. In this case, it is a person. And then I create a bunch of lifter objects with a first name, last name, gender, and then their lifts and their total. And I return that. There you go. I also have 2 other methods in here that are pretty helpful. Get males and get females. That's because when we determine the winners of this contest, you can't judge males against females. Powerlifting competitions are gender-based. So there you go. Now we have a giant list of lifters. And then I simulate the actual competition where I fill in the squat, bench, deadlift, and total for all the lifters. Now, I could have done that when I generated the lifters, but I kind of wanted like an explicit call to say, compete, go, like perform the contest. That way, if anything, we wanted to do anything fancy here, we could. So now we have a bunch of lifter objects with their numbers filled in. We move on to what I call podium, how you determine the winners. You pass in the lifters, you call this podium method, which is in the index file. It takes lifters, and the first thing it does is it separates males and females. So I use that dot males method and dot females method to grab both. For convenience, I log out the lifters, all of them, and then I log just the males and just the females so that you can see it separated. One really cool thing is that you can use console.table in node.js so you can see it very easily. I wrote a nice tweet about this that I'll link. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. This is what it looks like. You can call console.table on an object, and it prints this super nice table in Node.js. I thought that only worked in the browser until just the other day. So printing out all the lifters, the males and the females, and then I determine the winners. So I have another helper file called winners.js, and I can essentially give it a list of lifters and tell it what to find the winner for: squat, bench, dead, or total. And I do that for males and females and return a big old object for each. I'll show you what winner does. It's pretty simple. The way you get winner is given any list of lifters and what category, squat, bench, dead, or total, you just reduce the lifters array to the one that is the maximum and return it. And so when I want squat, bench, dead, or total, I just call get winner of that particular category. And this all works really nicely because JavaScript supports these variable expansions inside of object keys. So lifter is an object, and I could say lifter dot squat here, or I could say lifter square brackets some variable which category evaluates to squat, bench, or deadlift. A very nice way of passing a variable and accessing a property in an object. So it's super simple. Squat, winner.squat, winner.bench, winner.dead, winner.total to get those. And then you return the list of winners. And I just log them out, all the males and all the females. So stop talking, show me the code, or show me you running it. So I am running it here with a number. I want 10 lifters in total. If I didn't provide this, that would be 5 by default. So there we go. First, it prints out all the lifters. And again, console.table is amazing. So you've got, one guy and the rest females. Dang. But the guy had a 1,300 total, so he's a beast. But the girls are beating him with an 1,800 total. Oh, okay, so male. There's one male lifter. Females, there's a bunch, 9 female lifters. And now you got the winners. Obviously, there's only one male, so he wins in every category. But now you got the females. Who had the biggest squat? And let's look through here. The biggest squat is 841. Patricia Carlson. And here we go. We got squat. Patricia Carlson is the winner, 841. And on for the rest of them. We'll do the total. Females, we're looking at total here. And the biggest one that I see is 1849. Again, from Patricia Carlson. So cool. It works. And I wanted to print all this information just so that the user or the interviewer could see every step of the process. So, hey Brad, it already works. Why are we sitting here? I want to just clean this up and make it pretty nice. So one thing that I do that I don't exactly like is in the compete step. It takes lifters as an argument, and what I don't like is that it mutates lifters. So when I call compete down here, lifters actually gets modified. So what I really want to do is make this like a let lifters equal lifter generate, and then say let lifters equals compete. And that way I can return a copy. Whoops, not let, just lifters equals. That way I can return a copy and set it equal to lifters. So instead of a for each, which modifies in place, what I think we want to do is a map. We want an array map. Can't type tonight. Creates a new array. That's exactly what we want. So instead of for each, we'll just do a map. And we'll have to say const lifters. Is that going to freak out on me? Probably. Lifters has already been declared, yeah. Or what if I just said lifters equals? Is that really going to screw that up? Maybe. Oh, that might even modify the original array, which is what we don't want to do. Let's double check. Yeah. Can I read property gender of undefined? Competition lifters.js 31. Oh. I was explicitly setting these values here. But what we need to do is say we want to return the existing lifter, but with the squat, bench, dead, and total set like this. So squat set to squat, which squat, bench, dead are all fine as is with the shorthand. And then the total can be squat plus bench plus dead. And that should work. And I always like saving this, you know, like let's say like updated lifter, I don't know. And then return updated lifter. And then we'll say these are updated lifters and return them. So this shouldn't modify anything. And, you know, maybe instead of... No, we can modify that. That's okay. Let's give it a shot. Ah, sweet, it works. Do I like what I just did? Yes. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, like, you know, really this kind of lends itself to be a class where lifter is a class and it has a method on it that says lifter.compete, and then it does this on itself. But that's okay. We're not doing class-based programming here. I'm going to stick with functional. All right, cool. So See, but I kind of like this. You're calling them specifically. Do I want to do that here? Or instead of doing this, you say simulate dot squat. Simulate dot bench. I kind of like it this way better. It's kind of explicit. And the total is squat plus bench. Ah, that's why. That's why I need each of these saved as variables. Doink, 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 doink. Go backwards, go backwards, go backwards. No good. We keep it the way we had it. Yep. So for each lifter, you simulate their lifts, and then you update them. Well, you don't update them. You create a new lifter and return it to this array of updated lifters. Sweet. So I like that. Okay. Now this isn't const. That's okay. Maybe we could change the name to like competitors after that, but I don't love it. Yeah, let's do that. Because they are competitors. They become competitors after they lift. And that way we have two constant variables. You determine the winners with the podium method. Just like we have a compete method that calls simulate many times, we have a podium method that calls winner many times. That's okay. And then we log everything out. And I think what I'm going to do is do like a separate logging thing. So let's just say like we'll call a method, just call like summary. And summary needs what? It needs all the lifters and the winners. And let's make the method here. I'm going to use an arrow function just because it's fancy and it's new. And it's going to take the lifters and it's going to take the winners. Yes, I could just take lifters in here and calculate the winners here, but I want to be very explicit about my steps. And here I just want to say log summary. Cut all that out and paste it into here. Now, we can't just paste it and be done. We do have to do a little bit. So what do we have to do? Log lifters, that's fine. We have to log lifters dot males here and lifters dot females here. And we're good to go there. So, where does it work? Cannot read property filter of undefined. Lifters 31. Look at this. Get males takes a lifters argument. Duh. Again, this could really be a class. There we go. Ooh. Oh no, that's okay. Yeah. This is before generating them, before generating them, before generating them, and now they have their results generated. Interesting. Because I don't want to pass in lifters to the summary. That was pre-competing. I want to pass in the competitors so that you can actually see the numbers they lifted, so that if somebody wants to manually go through and verify, this is the one with the greatest squat, they can go up and check. And my console log blank lines are working fine. Yeah, like all of a sudden I really want to make lifters a class. I'm not going to worry about it right now. You know what I'm going to do? There's a couple cool improvements I think you could do here. So I'm just going to log issues. So one day in the future, I will get to them. Right? Okay, let's say lifter class. And then another thing that I think we can do is, so right now we only determine winners based on gender, male and female, but that's not how powerlifting meets work. There are weight classes. So you actually have winners in each weight class. Winner by weight class, yeah. And then I could also make this better. Let's see, check this out. Watch how I generate or simulate lifts. Simulate squat just generates a number between 135 and 855. I was like, what's the lowest and biggest squat somebody could do at a contest, you know? And this isn't accurate at all. Like, this isn't accurate at all. Like, let's say the person weighs 180 like I do. I'm not going to be squatting 855. So what I could technically do is like find the average Wilks score, which says, you know, if you weigh this much, you can lift approximately this much, and have like a range, like plus or minus 100 pounds off of that, to generate like more realistic numbers. So everybody who weighs 180 could be benching like, you know, I don't know, 225 to 315, something like that. And that way, like, these results are a little bit more realistic. So what would this be? This would be, first of all, we would need the weight property on each lifter. So I'll just say lifter weight, which is super easy. It only takes a couple seconds to do. But then, how do we say this? Simulate lifts using Wilks score. And let me just Google this, Wilks score. No, I want to go like average Wilks scores. There you go, to see. To see like what's average. Yeah, these dudes are insane. Yeah, but what's like the average Wilks score? Like what's... I don't know. Now, I don't want to take my weight and make a Wilks score. I want average Wilks scores in general. %45 of lifters, here we go, achieved Wilks between 400 and 450. Let's see. Okay, let's get down to Wilks. Here we go. Averages? No, top Wilks. These are like 550. What the fuck? Those are the top, though. The low end of Wilks scores is 350. Oh, holy shit. Okay, this is kind of what I'm looking for. Look, it's hovering like right around 400, let's say. Wilks cohort. I don't know what this means. 45% of people were between 400 and 450. Yeah, we're kind of right around the 400 area. Yeah, so 400 is probably about a good number to shoot for. This is an awesome article. So let's link that. And then let's go back and link the actual Wilks coefficient. Link that there. what are we going to call this? My strength book. USAPL results. All right, preview looks good. Okay, so there you go. So if this makes sense, this is just helping me simulate like accurate accurate lifts based on weight. So we'll take a Wilks score of probably like 400. Oh, let's edit this. Average Wilks score. We'll say like 400. And then we can just like plus or minus, 50 pounds or something like that in order to get like a reasonable variation of weight lifted in a particular weight class. Anyways, this is just to make like the randomization like really accurate, but I don't think this is something we have to do for the sake of this interview question. These are just like, hey, let's make this into a full-fledged simulator. So what do we got? The lifter class. Winner by weight class, lifter weight. Simulate lifts using Wilks score. And then like something about generating accurate weights. For females, what is the weight distribution typically? And I think this will probably show it here. So missed time. Men's total trends. I want to see the number per weight class. I don't understand. I don't know. It'll be in there somewhere. Anyways. That's that. I think we're pretty much good to go. Let's double check the index file. It should be very simple. I want the index file to read very simple. Yeah, so you've got parse the CLI, generate the lifters, simulate the competition, and determine winners. Log the summary. Sweet. Compete, podium, summary. Lifters generate, compete, podium, summary. Yeah. I like it. I think, let's check in this code. What did I do? I don't know, splitting logic into files and methods. Great. And so, whoa. Oh yeah, I updated the README up there a little bit. Here it is. So this is the README so far. Just giving a brief description of the interview, what happened, what the actual question is. And the solution, I think I might just get rid of this section because I didn't necessarily do anything novel here. I didn't make any assumptions either. Let me just get rid of this section. Execution is pretty much good to go. But I think I'm going to wrap up the stream here. That's it. This was a super fun interview question. This code is going to be online for you guys to check out. And this is just something that you can expect to prepare for if you decide to interview for a JavaScript-based role. And this, again, was for a front-end developer using React. So a ton of JavaScript. They just want to make sure your fundamentals are solid. So that's it. Thanks for joining. Try to code this yourself. See what you come up with. Tweet at me if you are able to finish any of those issues I opened up. Maybe make a pull request or something. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.